Well, I guess that's it. Uh, I was thinking of doing a little bit of fiddling up here, but I thought, no, we'll leave that loose. It's right on the edge. Don't want to draw more attention to it. What have I done to finish it? Well, yeah, once everything else is in place, I knew that I had to work in here a little bit, just to help it congeal, become a little bit stronger, but not too strong. So I started with putting a few lighter strokes here and there of Viridian Green and Burnt Sienna and White, or Viridian Green, Yellow Ochre and White. And just, it was quite speckly, so I've joined a few of them together and added a few, just to organize it, you know? Extended this trunk and made this tree, this one tree, stand proud of the rest. Laid a little bit of light on the rocks. That was just raw umber and white, which of course is slightly warmer than the raw umber and cobalt blue and ultramarine blue that I was using for the general painting of the rocks. That's helped them to pop a little bit. Again, picking up a little bit of light, giving them a little more form without being too strong. Then we hopped into the water, and I felt I had kept more or less this color right from the top of this highlight right up to the rocks, and I felt it needed something. So I went in with yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, and a bit of ultramarine blue. Found sort of a happy low chroma, slightly higher value color, and just laid it, you know, not a continuous line, but sort of a line just adjacent to the rocks. That helped. It looked a little bit too flat for me. Now it gives it a little bit more of a sense of perspective. I don't know that the camera is picking that up very well, but that's what I did. And that's helped as well. Then I took this highlight, which is not that intense, but compared to the rest of the water, of course it is, and I extended this stroke right up to the edge of this tree branch and gave it a couple of dots there. Also brought this stroke and made it a little bit stronger, again, right up to the tree branch. This was a bit mushy in here, and I wanted it to have a little bit more drama just where the light meets the dark. So I buttered it right up against that shady branch. I think that worked out well. Oh, I guess that's about it. Really all I need to do now is put a signature on it, I guess, and bring it upstairs, and it can live with me for a while. And if I see anything that needs doing after, you know, just sort of having it around in the living area for a while, then I'll do that. But I don't think it needs anything. I ordered a larger canvas. It's a 4 foot by 6 foot canvas, so 48 by 72 inch. I promised a very large painting to one of my galleries, so provided the quality of the canvas is good enough, and I'm definitely going to be scrutinizing that thing before I pay for it, because sometimes they're okay and sometimes they're not, and I'm not going to invest that much money in that large a canvas and do all the work of painting it, and then, you know, and then come across defects or problems. You know, warped stretcher bars seem to be really the biggest problem. So maybe, anyway, there's that. I don't know when it'll come in. I have my doubts I'll see it this week. It's probably going to be next week sometimes. What I should have done but did not do is buy another sort of smaller canvas to work on until that comes in. So I'll probably go up today and do that. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming along on this one. I'll talk to you soon. Well, as usual, I forgot to end with taking it off the tripod, taking the camera off the tripod and doing a wander around in the painting. So how about if we just do that now? With a few very close-ups. and just a general peek at things. See, those rocks were dry, but I used my very flexible, small, pointed knife to still be able to lay some paint over them without it appearing to be too inaccurate or too rustic looking. Yeah, I'm happy with that area now. You know, it's catching light, but you can still look into it a little bit. You just not a lot of detail, but rather a lot of moving around and changing of colors in the foreground. It's not that colorful, but I don't want it to be, you know. There's our area right in there. And we'll go up this trunk slowly because I'm very happy with how that one turned out. This trunk is one of those occasions when while I was doing it I thought, oh, I kept thinking to myself, oh, I'll just do a bit of this and I'll do a bit of that, and I kept thinking I'd like to add to it, and you know, because I was so happy with it, I kept thinking I could improve it, and then I realized I better just back off and have a look at it. And when I did that, I realized it was just fine, and to put more strokes on that trunk would simply weaken it. And this one as well. You know, they make a good pair of these two, even though they're really different types of trees. It doesn't matter. You know, this rock too, I was even tempted to lay a little more highlight on there, but I didn't want to because it sits right below that trunk and the small tree to the left of it. Well, beneath that trio of trees. And then just a quick shot in the sky. Some strokes are smeared, other strokes are more direct. Okay. Almost forgot to take you with me on a little scan of the painting. But there it is. Okay.